Everyone at the restaurant stared as the homeless man walked in. His clothes were soaked from the rain. He didn't say a word, just looked around and smiled. The millionaire owner stormed out of the kitchen. "No handouts here, get out." But what she didn't know was that someone had followed him after he left, her 12-year-old son. And what the boy discovered would leave the entire town speechless. Section 1. The outburst that sparked it all. Monica Wexler was a powerhouse. Owner of one of the most expensive restaurants in the city, known for her brutal honesty and zero tolerance for what she called nonsense. She built her empire from the ground up and protected it like a fortress. So when a drenched homeless man stepped into her restaurant one cold evening, it didn't take long. Monica stormed out, furious. "This isn't a shelter. Out!" The man didn't argue. He simply nodded and walked out into the rain. But Monica's 12-year-old son, Jacob, had been watching quietly from the corner table. And something about the man's eyes didn't sit right with him. Section 2. A curious son with a heavy heart. Jacob had never seen someone so calm in the face of rejection. There was no begging, no anger, just a quiet sadness. While his mom returned to the kitchen, Jacob slipped out the side door and followed the man down the street. Block after block, Jacob stayed back, careful not to be seen. The man finally stopped at an alley behind an old church. He didn't go there to sleep. He knelt next to a little girl wrapped in blankets, no older than 5, shivering and coughing. Jacob gasped. This man wasn't just homeless. He was a father. Section 3. The Secret Life of a Stranger. Jacob watched in silence as the man pulled out a piece of stale bread and split it in two. "Here you go, sweetheart. Daddy's going to find you some soup tomorrow." His hands were trembling from the cold, but he gently wiped her face with his sleeve. Jacob's eyes filled with tears. This man, the one his mother humiliated in front of everyone, was trying to save his daughter. He turned and ran all the way home, but he didn't tell his mother. Not yet. Instead, he went into his room, broke open his piggy bank, and returned to the alley an hour later, with soup, medicine, and his favorite teddy bear. Section 4. A Mother's Harsh Truth. The next day, Jacob finally told Monica everything. She didn't believe him. "Jacob, you can't go running around following strangers." But he insisted, so she followed him back to the alley. And when she saw the man sitting beside the child, whispering a lullaby in the cold, her expression changed. She didn't speak. She just stared, then walked forward and sat down beside them. "I didn't know," she whispered. "Why didn't you say something?" The man looked up. No one ever listens. Section 5. Redemption in a Bowl of Soup. Monica brought them back to the restaurant that night, not to kick them out this time, but to serve them the best meal on the menu. She gave the little girl a warm coat, a bed in the guest room above the restaurant. And the man, a job in the kitchen. Turns out he was once a chef. A good one. He just lost everything when his wife died and the medical bills swallowed his life. One mistake, one storm, and he ended up on the streets. But thanks to a little boy who refused to judge a book by its cover, he had a second chance. Closing. Leave the viewer with impact. Today, that same man runs Monica's second location. The little girl, healthy, happy, and in school. And Jacob, he still visits them every day, because he says the best meal he ever had wasn't the steak at his mom's fancy restaurant. It was sharing soup in the rain with someone the world forgot. Sometimes, kindness doesn't come from those who have the most. It comes from those who've lost it all and still find a way to give.